Welcome back to another episode of What's Cooking. I'm your host, Patricia Kutsia, and today in the kitchen with me, we have a truly empowered woman with us who has a passion for the technology development in our country and abroad. So she has a passion for business development when it comes to tech startups. But let me not give too much away. I'll give her the opportunity later to introduce herself and talk more about her endeavors and ventures when it comes to the technical space and side of this country. But before we move on, we would just like to thank Metro Fresh, Kitchen 82 and Coca-Cola for sponsoring this episode.
Welcome to A Whole So Nice, where swag meets romance. If you're looking for something fun, something quirky, something exciting, a different take on blind dating, quite literally, I would suggest that you tune in for A Whole So Nice every Friday at 5 p.m. on DSTV 285 and GoTV 25. And you might be next, I guess. Shh! I'm on a blind date.
I wonder what she looks like.
Welcome back to My Kitchen Foodies, and as I promised, in the kitchen with me today is someone with a passion for the advanced technology and small businesses, startups, you name it. A young woman that is truly empowering our nation in a very unique way. But I do not want to spoil her own introduction for her. So let us all pay attention and give a warm welcome to my guest today.
Hello.
Hi, welcome to my kitchen.
Thank you for having me.
I'm so happy to have you here. Before we continue, can you please introduce yourself to our viewers today?
My name is Wajung Hausmas. I am a business developer turned growth hacker, a tech enthusiast, and a community builder.
Well, that is quite the resume, quite a long list of things that you are busy with. Can you just, before we start baking what we're baking today, we just want to know a little bit about more of you. Like, we've heard now where your passions lie, what you've been up to, but what does that mean? What do the things mean that you just listed?
Basically, like my whole professional career, I've worked in startups, in four tech startups. And that's when I got into sales development and then into business development. So I focus mostly on foreign markets. And that basically just means that I help companies expand into new territories, right? And then I met someone very dear to my heart, one of my mentors, Marie Lukainen, and she taught me how to growth hack. And it's basically just taking a company's KPIs and exceeding them by like 10x.
Okay.
And it's not the same thing every day, which I totally love, and that's how I got into it, like being a growth hacker.
Speaking with you about this, I can really see the passion that lies within this, and it is true. You can't truly enjoy yourself and what you do if you don't have a passion for something.
Yeah.
So can I ask, where did this passion for helping with small startups, especially in the tech industry, tech is the future, technology is something that is increased every day, something new is happening in the tech field.
Yeah.
Where does this passion for it come from?
I think when I graduated, I went to Germany. And then from Germany, I moved to South Korea. And it was in South Korea that I really got into tech. Because everything there is tech-based.
Yes.
You have an app for everything. You think there's an app. So, and then I got introduced a little bit into like the startup world. So the government was giving out these startup courses for foreigners trying to move their businesses into Korea. And I took about 2 or 3 courses of those, and then really got to learn the other startups, the Korean startups like Naver, KakaoTalk, some of the few that you can name. And then I got invited to Hong Kong. It's called Rise Conference Hong Kong, and I was just like, wow. And then I was invited to Slush, And then I got to Slush and I was just like, wow. And I never looked back. And then ever since then, it's just, I just love technology.
Yeah.
I love that you don't have to know anyone. You don't have to be big. You don't have to be like who's who
Yeah.
to make something and to gain customers or
Yeah.
make money in tech. It's literally about your product. And you
Exactly.
can be anywhere with just a laptop, create something that people love, and you can make it. That's what
Yeah.
I love about like tech. And that's why I really love like working with founders and startups, because it's very hard to make it in a startup.
Yes.
Startups burn out so fast, and if you don't have like the right team or the right guidance in the beginning, it can fall flat so fast.
Just like that.
Yeah.
Really, it does.
So that's where it comes from.
Awesome. That sounds pretty cool. But we have to start baking. So why don't you tell our viewers today what we're going to be baking?
So today we're baking a simple chocolate cake.
One of my favorites.
I know it's basic, but we're not all like
Professional chefs.
Yes.
But who doesn't love a chocolate cake? I mean, who does not love a chocolate cake?
Yeah, I mean, I think everybody loves a chocolate cake, but then, you know, some people have like all of these little
Dietary
chocolate
stuff,
souffle,
yeah.
cakes.
Fancy
This is
stuff.
This
This
is
is
a
your
normal
basic chocolate cake.
chocolate cake.
Hi there, I'm the host of What's Cooking in TV Namibia, and I'm here to invite you to catch us every Friday at 9 on GSTV channel 285 and GoTV channel 25. And don't forget, we're also on YouTube.
I think with technology, it's one of those fields where you never can go wrong, because like I said, it's the future.
Yeah.
Tech is the future, and
Yeah.
the earlier you get involved, the better it is for you. 'cause-
Exactly, and with Slush, they wanted to make it like a Silicon Valley and turn Finland into one of the biggest tech hubs. And imagine like in 10, 14 years, it's become one of the biggest tech
Yeah.
hubs in the world today. So with Slush D, the collaboration with me and Slush, creating Slush D here, it's to help the Namibian ecosystem, startup ecosystem, get to the one of Finland. So hopefully this is the first event. The more events that we have, the better it's going to be, the more exposure our local entrepreneurs
Yes.
are going to have, the more investors are going to be interested, especially in the startup scene. I know we have investors in larger industries, but not really in the startup scene. So hopefully we get more investors interested in the startup scene, and that's what Slush is about. It's about empowering entrepreneurs to have a better future.
That sounds pretty cool. Now, I'm not the best at, when it comes to technology and technological advancements.
Yeah.
Okay, tongue twisters, guys. It's the cake.
Yeah.
I blame the future cake that's about to pop up. But I do know that there's a lot of young people venturing into this at the moment. I know the Namibian University of Science and Technology offers various courses when it comes to these things.
Yeah.
And when you think of technology, there's so many aspects of it. Like there's a new program at NASA, they do video gaming, programming. That's also a part of technology that is currently booming, and it's just everywhere you go, it's something that's now blossoming in the industry. So I think it's quite beautiful what's happening now, the fact that people are actually, that you and Slush is taking this initiative to help young people see the potential that is within the different aspects of technology.
Yeah, I mean, what you see now is that technology is limitless,
Yeah.
It's not something that's going to be outdated. It's something that always improves. It's just that you have to improve with it. Because
Exactly.
you can't be on Windows 7 and we are here in AI.
Exactly. You need to go with the times. I mean,
Yeah, so when it comes to young people, especially because everywhere in the world now we have that problem of employment.
yes.
I mean, we have a huge problem with employment, and now you can't graduate and know that, oh yes, in a month or two I'm gonna get a job.
Exactly.
And what tech does is it helps create jobs, It helps create, I know that it's not PwC or whichever big thing, but it can be, just a smaller company, but you can contribute to it. And the best thing about a tech company is when you get in early, they have this thing called vesting. So as you start working, you are able to like gain shares within the company.
Okay.
So within 5 to 10 years, you can literally resign and be a shareholder within that company.
That sounds pretty cool.
That is the best thing about tech that I think.
Yeah, so
I love the vesting part.
Like I said, you can never go wrong when it comes to investing in your future, when it comes to studying something technology, being in the field. Even someone like me, I think there are a lot of courses. You don't need to be a genius in tech. There are so many courses where you can just expand your knowledge and your know-how when it comes to technology.
I think like you don't even need to do tech or know how to code to be in tech or to work in tech.
Yeah, like we said, tech is the future.
Yes.
Get with the times.
You just need to be smart and you know, maneuver.
Exactly. So we have a lot
tech.
more work with this cake, but do not go anywhere. We will be right back after the short break.
We are so excited to be kickstarting your morning with the entertainment.
Everything was happening during this past weekend.
Yes.
Exciting news. Wow, no, she was killing it already.
In my opinion, I don't see anything wrong with him serving the full term.
As well as keeping you informed on the issues that you need to know happening in and around our country.
Hi there, I hope you didn't miss us too much. We got really busy getting the cake in the oven. So we mixed all of our ingredients. We mixed the vanilla, the salt, the eggs, a little bit of our buttermilk. I have never had buttermilk before.
It's gonna be my first time as well.
So I'm excited to see how it brings the cake together. But now we're gonna move on to the toppings of it all. We measured our butter, so why don't we throw that in the pot and let it melt. I'm gonna put it on 3 because the stove is pretty strong. Get that in there. So when that's done melting, we're gonna get our sugar. But as we do this, I really need to know. I need to know who Audrey.
Yes.
We need to cut that part. I'm not about to misspell and pronounce her name on screen. Okay, before we move on, I need to know who Audrey was growing up. Like, was she a shy girl? Was she an outgoing girl? Who was she known as? Like, if the elders in the family heard that you were coming over, like, did they know it's going to be chaotic? Or were they going to be like, oh, that sweet, shy girl's going to come over?
I think a bit of both.
A little bit of both.
Hello and welcome to today's Sports Rep Show.
I am your host, Jesse Jackson Kauraitha. In replay, Namibia, who had won the toss for the first time on this tour.
Good day everyone, time for international sports news, starting off with tennis news, both on the WTA for women's and
A 4-day working thing.
Yeah.
My family was just calling me like randomly, like, is this true? What's happening? Am I not working on Fridays anymore? I'm like, hi, boy, leave me. I don't know.
Don't let me be the reason you get fired.
Please no. I was just like, don't.
But I think they call and ask all the time. They're like, how is it going? Like, where is this moving? Like, is this software okay? I know they ask me a lot about AI and apps and like what is actually possible, what is actually taken, and so those things I'm like readily available to answer, but I have not really done graphics in a long time because I've like moved beyond it.
Yeah.
So that gets a bit annoying. But
I can only imagine.
But yeah. I think there was also a time they wanted me to make a website in like a day, and I'm like,
okay, because that doesn't consume any of your time.
I'm like, how? In a day, a whole website from scratch, no pictures, no information.
as much as you enjoy what you do, I'm pretty sure that, like we said, that is very time consuming.
Yeah.
Oh, but what can you do about family?
Just love them, you know?
Do as much as you can.
As much as we can. Try to be there
I do
for them.
remember in high school,
Yeah.
I used to be very, very good at essay writing.
Yeah.
So when I was done in high school, every time my cousins had a essay due, my aunt would just send me the thing, quickly write them a poem about winter. I'm like, they can do that themselves.
Oh my
She's like,
days.
no, but you're toch the OC. Why don't you just write for them? I'm like, oh,
It's always like you talk for OC or you don't know.
just do it, man.
Oh my days.
Just thinking to myself, well, like we said, it's family. Do you have any siblings? Are you an only child?
I have an older brother.
Okay. Is he also
Yes.
into the tech space, or is he the complete opposite? Or
He actually studied audio or sound engineering.
okay,
But right now he is a full-time horticulture farmer. Let me not get that wrong.
a horticulturalist.
Yeah.
Okay, I've actually met quite a few people who are in the industry,
Yeah.
and it's quite an interesting industry. It really is.
It actually is.
And just like technology, horticulture, agriculture is also the future of this country
It is,
specifically.
definitely.
And at some point, the two are going to merge. I can literally see that happening.
Like an agri-tech?
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Like the technological side of life is going to merge with the horticulture, the agricultural side of
Yeah.
everything.
I think like in South Africa they have a few agri-tech company like startups that help with yield for them to know like okay it's like if we're having drought right now you can water your plants in this way to still get the same amount of yield and not be at a loss.
Yeah.
Some startups are there like that.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back, hopefully with a delicious, moist chocolate cake ready for the taste. Now it's recording. It is no secret to anyone that this is my favorite part of every single episode is testing. Tasting and loving every moment of it. Are you excited?
I am. I'm actually really excited. It's my first chocolate cake. I
Mine
told
too,
you.
as mentioned.
And so I'm really excited. I really hope it's it's really good.
I hope so too. And please, we have to forgive ourselves if it's not, because as we said, it's our first ever chocolate cake.
Yeah,
and you know, we
right?
have the best pairing is with a Coke. Because everything tastes good with a glass of Coke, especially one that's as cold as this
As
one.
this one.
And in such hot weather, you just need a cold Coke.
That's true.
So I think before we cut our cake, let's just calm our nerves by pouring a glass of Coke. And just having a sip before the moment of truth. Right? Choo-choo. There we go. I just love that sound, if I'm completely honest. Well, cheers to hard work in the kitchen.
Cheers. Hopefully in a few years we can have robots to do that for us.
It's not impossible. Well, now we've come to the moment where we see if we can actually make chocolate
cake.
I'm going to stand just a little bit for this occasion. Are you ready? I'm gonna cut.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, please. Okay, it did not
that
fall
looks
in.
so good.
It did not fall in. This is a good sign.
Oh my days.
This is a good sign. It didn't fall in. I do not know how to cut cake to save my life, so I'm just, I'm winging it here at this point.
Okay.
You can get a corner slice.
Oh, thank you.
You just scrape that off with your fork. It's so nice and chocolatey.
It is.
Okay, I think
And
we
it looks
did
really moist on the inside. I think we did well.
I think we did amazing. Before we dive into this cake, for those of us who are not aware from our viewers, you had the privilege to be profiled in Last. This was the 3rd of March, right? No, May.
May, I think.
You know, this cake is confusing me. It's all the chocolate that I have been, you know.
It's the smell.
I've just been stealing like a little bit of chocolate as we move forward. But you were profiled in Careers on the 3rd of May, and you had quite the profile written about you.
Yeah.
So let's just go to that page for those
It
of
was so well written. I was like, oh my God, is that me?
So we got the opportunity to have you in our Careers as a profile, talking about all your tech, your passion for the tech industry, what you do for the startups. This was quite a beautifully written article. For our viewers who have not had the opportunity to read the article, it is available on the Careers website, which is careers.com.na. You can find it there, you can read it. You can leave a comment on our social media about this. It's careershub.nh. You will have so much fun. That's a cute picture though.
That's actually my slush profile picture.
It is. Wow,
So
that was such
it's
a
my
good
official
picture.
slush picture.
Well, I do think that you had quite the busy months being profiled in Careers, now being on What's Cooking. We deserve to taste this
Some good
cake, right? So,
After
all
all
the
that
best.
labor.
after all the labor, all the best.
To you too. All right,
Here we
let's
go.
do it.
Fun
Yeah.
with you in the kitchen today, and I cannot wait to dive into the rest of this chocolate cake.
Yeah.
But as for now, viewers, this is the end of our edition of Chocolate Cake with Pat. I'm joking. What's Cooking? You know where to find us next. It's from me and Audrey. It is goodbye for now.
Bye-bye.
I do not know about you guys, but my sweet tooth definitely had the best day ever. We had so much fun with Audrey in the kitchen as we made our chocolate cake. Neither of us have ever baked a chocolate cake, by the way, but we had so much fun, and I just want to thank everyone for watching this episode. But do not be sad, we will be back next week, same time, same place. That's it from What's Cooking.